Yaya Han. I interviewed her at New York Comic Con. So I recognized your outfit, but I don't know what series it is. Is it
Perfect Blue?
Perfect Blue!
Yes, it's Perfect Blue. It's Mima Kiroe from Perfect Blue.
Okay. I read your little description about Perfect Blue and how you related to it. So what holds you back to this costume? Because this is like an old school costume.
It's an old costume. I think I made it in like 2008 or 2009.
Yeah.
And I hadn't worn it for like 3 or 4 years. And I think it was just like, I have so many costumes, and a lot of times it depends on the convention, what kind of costume I wear. Like if I go to a lot of comic book conventions, I wear comic-related characters. And so I think the other day I was just like looking through, like, what can I bring? I was like, Perfect Blue!
That's so cool because both our characters are idols.
Yes, I love cosplaying idols.
Me too!
I've cosplayed like so many idols, and every time there's an idol in the show, I'm drawn.
Do you have a fake microphone? Because I don't.
I do. I didn't bring it. I didn't bring it because I knew I was just going to be stuck at my booth. Not stuck, but you know, like I was going to be here. And
busy. You're all so busy all the time. I don't know how you manage. Like one of the things I always admired about you is how you're able to handle a heavy workload.
Time management. Honestly, you got to pace yourself, and be it making costumes, be it making products, or even like packing, or even getting ready. It's all about time management. We can wait. I think we should wait. Let's wait for a second. Cut that out.
We got watches!
We haven't done so
Yes. So, what brings you back to anime? Like all the small cons, you've gotten so big. And I just wonder what draws you back into all these smaller conventions, especially since you live in the East Coast.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I've been doing the same thing for 15 years. You know, cosplay is not something I got into to try to like make it into a living. And for the first, close to 10 years, I did it just as a hobby. It was just something I really loved. Every opportunity I got, it was like conventions approaching me or companies approaching me. It's not like I seek it out. It's not like I email cons or something. So I feel like as a businesswoman, I'm very proud of my line of products. I want to definitely make sure that I do a good job at providing them. But then the other side of my business is, of course, now, making appearances and being available to people and doing panels and such. And it's honestly not ever about the size of a con. It's more about if the convention vibes with me. Like if it's a cosplay friendly convention, if the people that go to the con will be, like-minded people, and I just went to a con in Calgary last weekend that is very small. They only had about 7,000 attendees total, but it was called Oda Fest, and it was one of the best conventions I've ever been to.
Right on.
Incredible, and everybody was like, I can't believe you're here. Why are you at this small con? I'm like, it's never about the size of the con.
Of course.
I knew that they could really use me. Like they could really have me do panels, and they had me judge their craftsmanship contests. And I knew that I would meet cosplayers who really enjoy making things and really share very similar things. And that's why I'm here at Fanime. I mean, this is my 8th year, and it's one of my favorite conventions as a cosplayer. But because I'm on the East Coast, it's very difficult to get out. So this might be my last Fanime, I think.
No, you're like what?
I know, it's just Memorial Day weekend is such a big convention weekend, and it's it's like become not cost effective for me to, go through all the stress to come out. So I think but I've had a really good time here.
So they actually fit better.
So you have fans all over the West Coast, all of us in the Bay Area we love. And because you're living in the West Coast for a little bit, and your fan base has grown internationally exponentially. And
I mean, it has a lot to do with the Heroes of Cosplay show. I think a lot of it is the fact that I've been doing it for so long. I just have been very consistent, very active in the community, and I'm trying to, I guess, be accessible and share my knowledge. That's all it's about. I just want to share what I know and see what the cosplay culture is like in different countries. So I really enjoy traveling too.
So with Heroes of Cosplay, how did that happen? Like, how did it happen? Like, did they approach you? Was it your idea? Was it someone else's idea? And what did you take away from that whole experience?
Well, Heroes of Cosplay was quite a long journey before we ever were greenlit. I started with a phone call. A friend of mine, Heath Hammond, pitched the idea of a cosplay show to some producer friends of his, and he's a long-term friend of mine, and so he thought of me immediately. So, but there was a lot of development before the show that Sci-Fi picked up became Heroes of Cosplay. Like, we went through 2 different names beforehand, we went through different formats, and like, I was the first cast member, but you know, then I was like suggesting other cast members, like people that were friends of mine that, you know, I thought would be great on the show because they were fabricators, and then just slowly it kind of became this thing. I feel like the show itself is very difficult to produce because it's very expensive. It's like traveling to different conventions. It's like the logistics of people making costumes, clearing the conventions. Like, sometimes we didn't know until a week beforehand if we were going to be able to shoot at a con because they had to negotiate all of these different things with the convention. It is very, but I feel like, you know, it's all about, you know, cosplayers are very good at handling stress, I think. So, yeah, like, all things considered, I think most everyone on the show, like, we were kind of used to that fast pace, like creating something, you know, staying up all night, and then at the con, like, being in costume for a long time. I was like, you know what, at least, like, we're the right kind of people to handle this kind of stress.
This is very true.
Yeah, because it's a labor of love, it's a passion.
Yeah.
And what I took away from the show, honestly, is just that it was very eye-opening for a lot of people who had never discovered cosplay before. And like, I meet so many people at cons now who are like, I got into cosplay because of Heroes of Cosplay, and they like have these amazing costumes on. They're just like, yeah, I thought this was just, you know, either like some people thought it was like a form of fetish modeling or something. Some people thought it was just like, you know, random Halloween, whatever. And then when they watched the show, they're just like, oh my god, this is actually like a lot of work goes behind it. This is an art form, and it inspired them to, you know, also get crafty.
Yeah.
So, and actually, we come back on Tuesday. Tomorrow.
Yeah. Watch it.
We air tomorrow on Sci-Fi at 9 o'clock. And I got a preview of the episodes already, and I can say that it's a love fest. Everybody is so supportive of each other. It's so positive. It's really like all about the craft. It's a celebration of the creation process. So I'm very, very happy I got to see it, and I'm like so excited now for everyone to watch it. So you should tune in.
Yeah,
I think you'll like it.
Guys.
I think cosplayers will really like it too.
Alright, well, I'm holding up your line. It is building up. I am so sorry. So sorry.
You're really cute. You can do whatever you want.
Do you mind if I take a selfie with you?
No, let's do it.
Okay, let's take a selfie.
I want a selfie too.
Okay, I gotta open this up.
Take a picture. Well, take a picture. Annie, what link do you want?
Awesome. Oh, here. Can you take a picture for us?